Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your boy Jay, aka Herc420 on Instagram TV, or I should say Instagram, and Herc213 on YouTube. And I am back with another video for you guys today. And today I just, read an article today, that was really interesting from entrepreneur.com, I believe. It's about, how you can build a spiritual practice. Let me rephrase that. How to build a spiritual practice for major business growth. So sorry if I froze there for a second. I just really had to sit down and think it through what I just said, and just talking about how you can build a spiritual practice for major business growth. It's really interesting because especially in the spiritual communities, especially for those who are people are watching too, who are part of the spiritual wellness community, how you feel about abundant manifestation or manifesting too when it comes to business growth, the things that you want to do, things you want to pursue in your career, or passions that you're passionate about can be really powerful, especially if if any people who are entrepreneurs who have their own business, or they're just working at certain places too that they love to do, or just in general can building a spiritual practice for major business growth can really be a powerful thing, especially when we just, learn how to use simple things to just, to enhance that too, like meditation, journaling, manifesting, especially too. And I know a few people who are really good at that too, especially shout out to Sonia Rain Lee, she's very good at that too, about manifestation, all that stuff too. And just how can I say this too? I also drew 6 cards, I should say too. 3 from Archangel Metatron deck too. Just really connected with Metatron, and just how you can build a spiritual practice for major business growth. And the same thing goes to using the second oracle deck that I use is the elemental oracle deck. So again, I'm going to show you these decks I'm going to use for this media reading too. Just the Archangel Self-Mastery Oracle deck is really connected with the Archangel Metatrons, the angels, the chakras too. Really just connected with spirit also, with a higher source, Christ consciousness and all that. And also with the elemental oracle deck, this is really connected to the elements, the earth, science, all that beautiful stuff too. Also connecting with the angels as well. And so with that being said, I'm going to show you which 6 cards that I drew from both, 3 cards I drew from both of these decks too. One that I shown, and I share any messages that I just received, and so on and so forth. Feel free to let me know if you guys these messages resonate with you, and so on and so forth. And with that being said, here we go. Hey everyone. Earlier in the video, I said I was going to draw 3 cards from each deck that I shown, but I decided that I'll just draw 8 cards instead total, just 4 from from each deck too, 3 that I drew, and 1 from the bottom of the deck too. So, and the same it goes to the second deck as well. So if I confuse you guys in any way, I truly apologize, but I just really wanted to just share 8 cards instead of 6 today too, just for this video in general too, how we can build a spiritual practice for our major business growth, especially for those who are entrepreneurs and just, people who want to just manifest, anything in their lives, And so with that being said, I'm going to share these 8 cards too in total. I'm going to start from the top too. And with the Metatron deck, as you see here in the symbols, that I drew, let me see if I could make the camera better, is just like the first card I drew is the cold card too. And just like with the source of this reading too, it's just like, for especially the entrepreneurs who want to really just build a spiritual practice too. We just want to fill our cup up with just loving energy too. It's like we want to build a spiritual practice that's just self-fulfilling, that it just fills us up daily. And just like with the gold card too, the gold color especially, it has a heart symbol and an infinity symbol too. It's just really powerful as well. We just want to fill our cup up with replenishment, just filling that cup up with just beautiful energy that just fills us up. And then like I drew 2 cards that we can do just to, build that spiritual practice for major growth. And the 2 cards that I drew is the transformation card. And so with this card too, especially, it's just like, with the transformation card, what we can just do for our spiritual practice is just to, be in a better place. Let that transformation just, run its course naturally, and just going outside our comfort zone to where we can be in a better place than we were before too. Especially as you see in this image too. We're at a darker time of our lives too, especially trying to manifest anything that we want to experience in our lives too. And just like when we step outside our comfort zone, we can really be in a much powerful place too. Just the transformation. You see this image of this woman too. She's coming from a dark place, a heavy place, but when she wants to transform and change that, she steps into the light. So it's kind of like a light and dark energy too. Just really stepping forward, outside your comfort zone and all that too. And also, it's just like, for our spiritual practice, what we can do for it is just to really, pause and retreat, just like, pause and retreat, where you could just take those moments for ourselves to rest, to breathe, to just, being present too. And just like, the void card too, you see in this card, it's just like to also just pause and retreat to where we can just practice self-care to really just, take those moments for ourselves if we feel depleted, if we feel like we're just, putting so much out there too, or if we're just, running on empty, or just like if we need to just say, like to just recharge our energy too, basically. Because, once we do that too for our spiritual practice, the outcome of it too from the bottom of the deck, is that we're going to be setting boundaries. So let me see if I can shuffle this deck here too. And so, forget me on this. Gosh. So like when we're setting boundaries, especially, in this deck too, let me see if I can hold this. God, it's hard to hold this deck too. It's, forgive me on this too, guys. I'm just trying to, hold this radio here too. I'll just put it down just for easier. Just like, I'll just say hold it. I'll just hold the bottom of the deck too. So when we're setting boundaries too, we are just in a way of just saying the outcome of it when we just, being transformed and being the better place we were before, and just, and really just, pausing and resting for a moment to where we can just, take those moments for ourselves. We're really going to be, the outcome of it too, when we work on that, is going to be setting boundaries for ourselves, especially for our spiritual practice. So we, as entrepreneurs and just, business people who really want to just, manifest anything that we want to have in our lives too for our business that we are passionate about, we're going to really what we allow and know what we allow and don't allow in our business practice, spiritual practice, as well as our business endeavors as well. So I'll just leave it at that and put the card back down there too. That's from the bottom of the deck. And so with the other four cards that I drew too from the Elemental Oracle deck, um, the first card I sent to from for this video also is that we are very creative people, you know, and just like creation too, like the water, it's just like create water is very creative, and just like with the source of this reading, we're just very creative people that we just want to build a spiritual practice, that we can really use to really improve our business growth too, especially as creative people out there in the world, and trying to manifest anything that we want to manifest in our business endeavors. And so I'll just leave that card there too. And the second card that I pulled too, actually two cards that I pulled that we can do to build our spiritual practice for major business growth, is just to really connect with our endurance too. And so like with endurance, it's just like I compare this to like the strength card in the tarot deck, because when we find our endurance, we will have the strength to really just go through any challenges that we face too, especially in our business endeavors, really trying to manifest anything that we are passionate about, what we want to do. Um, and just like, for our spiritual practice, just really connecting with our endurance and know that we have the strength and the power to really just endure any kind of challenges that throw at us, to really find grounding our energy and just keep sticking to our roots too, especially in this image too, the rock. Rocks are very strong element, really connected to the earth. It's like the old saying, you're solid as a rock too. That's like basically it's just like you're tough as stone, and it's just like you can endure anything that's just coming your way too. And so I'll just leave that there too, the endurance card. And the second card that what we can do too is just to really, connect with our femininity as well. And just like, with the moon card too, especially, for our spiritual practice, and how we can really just enhance, build a spiritual practice for our major business growth, is just to really connect with our divine feminine, and feminine, where we can just be gentle with ourselves, if things really become too challenging as well. I know with the endurance card too, we just knowing that we have to connect with our strength and endurance to face any challenges. But at the same time too, with the moon card, it's just to really connect with our divine feminine, to where we can just be gentle with ourselves, and to just, to pause and to really just, take those moments for yourself to breathe and to relax, and just, just be gentle with ourselves too, not to really put any more pressure that we should be for our business endeavors. Because, once we do that too, for when we just, finding our endurance and just connect with that divine feminine, where we can just rest and pause for a moment, let me see, I can flip this deck over. We are really going to ignite our fire, basically. We're going to find our fire, our passion, especially with the fire card too. And so with this deck too, from the bottom of the deck, with the outcome of it too, when we just connect with our endurance and connect with our divine feminine as well, with the moon card, it's just like we're going to be connected with our fire and our energy, to where we are just, we're taking action, and we are just, striving, moving forward with strength and confidence, where we're taking action and really just going for what we are passionate about for our business endeavors too. So like, knowing that we are creative, and just, find that endurance that we can endure any challenges, and just really pausing for a moment. The outcome of this will be, we're going to be really passionate. We're going to be taking action, and we're just going to, and, our spiritual practice is going to ignite us, ignite a fire within us, within our soul too, to where we can just, are taking action on anything that we want to manifest in our lives, and pursue anything that we're passionate about. And so I'll leave this here too, from the bottom of the deck as well. And I'll just point this camera up here too, if you guys could see the cards as well. And for 8 cards that I pulled total too for today's video. And I will definitely post a link to the video in the description of this video too, so you guys can read it and check it out as well from entrepreneur.com. It's a really good read, and especially for anyone who really is a content creator or self-employed, or even just or who wants to are curious about building a spiritual practice, for major business growth. This is definitely an interesting article for you guys to check out. And again, I'll definitely link the article in the description of this video, and may we continue to practice self-care that can benefit us as human beings and our loved ones in our environment. And I'll see you guys around with more content for you guys to learn and to enjoy. Peace.